So, you're thinking about switching to Linux. Maybe you've heard about it, you're a little curious, but you're just not sure where to even begin. Well, you're in the right place. We're going to break it all down step by step. You know that feeling, right? Where your computer just feels stuck. Maybe it's getting slow, or a new update says your perfectly good hardware is suddenly obsolete. Or hey, maybe you're just tired of the same old thing and wondering what else is out there. If any of that sounds familiar, I've got good news. We're about to map out your journey into a powerful, fast, and totally free alternative. Think of this as your quick start guide to the world of Linux. But first things first, before we even think about downloading anything, we need to talk about the why. Figuring out your own personal reason for making this switch, that's probably the most important step in this whole process. So, why do people take the leap? Well, it's for all sorts of reasons. Some people want to dig in, learn new skills, and get way more control over their machine. Others just want to breathe new life into an old laptop that Windows 11 has left behind. And for a lot of folks, it's about the philosophy, embracing software that's free and open for everyone. Find your why on this list, because it's going to be your North Star. And that brings us to a really key idea. To make any big change, you often have to accept that some things might get a little worse so that other things can get a whole lot better. It's a trade-off. You might lose a program you're used to, but you could gain speed, security, and a ton of control. Getting this lose-to-win mindset from the very beginning is going to make the whole experience so much better. Okay, so keeping that trade-off in mind, it's time for our first practical step. Let's call it the software reality check. Before you go any further, you've got to know if the apps you depend on every single day can come with you. And here is probably the single best piece of advice I can give you. Test the software first. Right there on Windows. Before you even download a scrap of Linux, try out its free open source counterparts. Use LibreOffice for a week instead of Microsoft Office. Give GIMP a try for your photo edits. If you can do your daily work with these tools, your switch is going to be a walk in the park. And you know, here's some fantastic news. If you basically live in your web browser using tools like Google Docs or the online version of Microsoft 365, you're already golden. They run in a browser like Chrome or Firefox, which means they work exactly the same on Linux. No changes, no headaches, it just works. All right, so your software situation is looking good. Now we get to the really fun part, taking Linux for a spin with a zero-risk test drive. And I mean literally zero risk. This whole process won't change a single file on your computer. We do this with something called a live USB. Just think of it like a magic key for your computer. You plug it in and you can run a full, complete version of Linux right from that USB stick. Your Windows installation, all your documents, all your photos, they stay completely safe and untouched on your hard drive. It's the ultimate try before you buy, except, of course, it's free. Now, you're going to hear people talk about different Linux flavors. They call them distributions or distros. Don't let that overwhelm you. It's simple. Let's use a car analogy. If you want something that feels comfortable and traditional like an older Windows desktop, then Linux Mint is for you. If you like a sleeker, more modern, polished look, kind of like a new car, then you'll want to check out Zorin OS. And if you're up for something a little different, but still super popular and easy to use, Ubuntu is a fantastic choice. And making one of these magic key USBs, it's genuinely as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, you just download one file. It's called an ISO file from the website of the distro you chose. Second, you use a free tool, something like Balena Etcher, to flash that file onto a USB drive. An 8GB one is perfect. And third, you just restart your PC and tell it to boot from the USB stick instead of the hard drive. That's it. So you've booted up. You're in. What should you actually be checking? You want to focus on these 3 big things. Number 1, if you're on a laptop, does your trackpad work smoothly? Number 2, can you connect to your Wi-Fi network? And number 3, can the system see your printer? Honestly, if you can say yes to all 3 of those, you've probably just sailed past the biggest hardware hurdles. While you're poking around, you'll notice a couple of familiar things have different names, but don't worry. The idea is exactly the same. That bar at the bottom of your screen that you called the taskbar in Windows, in Linux, it's usually called a panel. And the file explorer for browsing your files, here, it's just the file manager. It's a tiny language shift you'll pick up in about 5 minutes.
Okay, you've done the test drive, your hardware works, the software is sorted, you're happy. You're ready to go all in. It's time to talk about the final step, installation.
And pause. Stop everything. This is, without a doubt, the most important message in this entire explainer. Before you do anything else, you absolutely must back up all of your important files, your documents, your photos, everything. Put them on an external hard drive or in the cloud. I'm going to say it again, back everything up. The easy installation method we're going to recommend will wipe your hard drive completely. Seriously, do not skip this step. When you run the installer, you'll get to a fork in the road. You'll see an option to install Linux alongside Windows. Now, this is really an advanced option, and frankly, it can cause some major headaches down the road, especially when Windows does a big update. For beginners, the simple, clean, and 100% recommended path is to choose Erase Disk and install Linux. It's reliable and saves you from a world of trouble. And just like that, after a pretty quick installation, you'll reboot your computer, and that's it. You've done it! Congratulations, and welcome to your brand new digital home. So what's next? Well, now comes the really fun part. You can start customizing your desktop, changing themes and wallpapers. You can copy all of those files you backed up right back onto your computer. And then you can explore the software store. It's just like an app store on your phone, where you can find and install all sorts of new programs with just one click. So if you only take away one single thing from all of this, please let it be this. Test first. That live USB is your best friend. Use it to make absolutely sure that your hardware works and that you're happy with the feel of everything before you decide to commit. That one step is the real secret to a happy switch. So there you go. Your new operating system is a blank canvas. It's powerful, it's free, and it's waiting for you to explore it and make it your own. This isn't really an end to your old setup. It's the beginning of a whole new adventure. The only question left is, what will you discover?